Alright guys, welcome to your 42nd tutorial I believe, and in this tutorial we're going to be finishing up talking about lists. So before we learn how to make checkboxes and radio buttons, but as you can see, whenever we had something that had like 50 choices to choose from, it could get kind of clustered on our webpage. For example, if we had to choose from like what state we lived in, we don't want to give them 50 radio buttons. Or if we had to select, I don't know, what's like a list of countries, we don't want to have a checkbox with like 800 different countries on it. So in order to kind of conserve that space, what XHTML did, or the developers of it, I say like XHTML like it's a guy I know down the street. Yeah, what XHTML did last night is the dumbest thing. Anyways, what XHTML did is they made something called a drop-down list. And a drop-down list takes the space of a single element, but it allows you to have all those options inside it. So, that's how you say it. So, anyways, in order to make a drop-down list, you need two tags. The first tag is called the select tag. Now, this is pretty much, well, let me make it first. Select, whoa, that's not how you make it. Alright, select and ending select. Now all of your options, like all your states, all your names, all your countries, are going to go in between these two select tags. This pretty much defines where all your options are going to go. The thing is, it takes one attribute, and that's the name. And that is because if you have more than one select list, it needs a way to identify it. So I'm going to name mine like, let's make a list of activities that you can do today. Activities. So now we have a list with no choices in them. So let's go ahead and start adding some options. And in order to do this, it's a single tag. Actually, it's a double tag, I lied, but the beginning one is a single tag. And the first one is option. Now, it of course ends with the ending option, and in between it is the value that appears whatever the user's looking at. So let me go ahead and put something like play the guitar. And now option takes one attribute by default, and that's the value. So value equals play. So now let's go ahead and let me show you guys an example of what I'm talking about. When I say what the user sees, I'm talking about this right here. So now you're not in the dark wondering what's going on whenever I make the rest of them. So this text in between here is basically what the user is going to see. This value is whenever you're programming this data later on, that's what the programmer sees, or that's what's stored in the database. That's behind the scenes stuff. But anyways, this is what we really have to worry about the presentation right now. So anyways, we have one option here, and that's play the guitar. So let's go ahead and make like 4 other ones. So paste, 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 paste. So what other activities do I like to do daily? Maybe you could do comb your hair. By the way, what website would ask what you're going to do today? Oh yeah, Facebook and Twitter and every other website in the world. But anyways, what else could you do? I guess you could comb someone else's hair. I guess if you really wanted to. Okay, fourth thing. Let's say teach a possum. Some people spell possum like this. O-P-O-S-S-U-M. Like a possum. Who says that? Is that even how you spell it? Is that even how you say it? I don't know. Someone leave me a comment and tell me. And the last thing, let's think of something easy. Shave. Why not? So now we have to change the values. Your, someone else's. These values don't really matter. We're not even using them. Possum. Maybe there's an O at the end. And shave. So anyways, now we have a list of drop down. This is basically your drop down list, and we have 5 different options inside. Play the guitar, comb your hair, comb someone else's hair, teach a possum to tango, and shave. So let's go ahead and save this and see what we got. By default, it's going to be the width of the longest one, and that is because whenever you drop down you want to be able to read it. And also by default, it's going to be the first option that appears in your list. So by default, play the guitar is selected, but say they go to the site, and you should probably include one of these. What do you want to do today? Question. So then they know what the heck they're choosing, and then they can go in the drop down list and say, I want to teach a possum to tango, or I feel like shaving today. So now you have this awesome website with 5 different things that they can do. So anyways, that is the basics of a drop down list and how to create a basic drop down list with as many different options as you want. And don't forget to add the unique value, because later on, whenever we're learning JavaScript and PHP, we're gonna know, how to differentiate them. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. In the next tutorial, no idea what I'm going to cover, but probably more about forms. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next tutorial.